Today on Unity Motorsports Garage, I'm going to show you some tech that will blow your mind. How do I know that? Because it blew mine. I just got home from the AHRA No Name Nationals out in Sikeston, Missouri. Had an amazing time. Got to see all of the YouTube content creators out there. People that you see all the time on YouTube. Get to see them out there with their creations. And man, it was awesome. Casper ran amazing. Even in the mid 90-degree heat. Did awesome. My favorite part actually was driving Casper to Lambert's for the Flash Mob car show with open headers. Yes, I drove it with open headers. But anyways, the purpose of this video is I've actually had time to process what I seen in Sikeston, and instead of putting it in the last video that I did, this deserves to have a video all to its own, because this could possibly change the automotive aftermarket part business. It's that important. So a lot of people think that I'm anti-technology and all of that. That could be furthest from the truth. In fact, I geek out on it. But for Casper, I like keeping things simple, old school, looks the part, runs the part, so on and so forth. I'm getting ready to show you video clips that I shot out at Sikeston, and then we're going to talk about this after the fact. So you know that I get pretty intrigued by some technology, and I can geek out on certain things. Well, what I'm getting ready to show you is a prime example of that very thing. So I am here with Sean O'Brien.
Hey guys, I am Sean from St. Louis. Glad to be here at Sikeston. It's a great No Name Nationals event. Definitely come back next year, 2025, guys. So I've been talking to Andy about 3D printing. This is carbon fiber filament. You see right here, and it's nylon. So it's really durable and chemical resistant. And then that carbon fiber is like an additive medium that just makes everything bind better, stronger, and more durable as well on top of the nylon. And that nylon, the key thing is the heat and the heat range of it.
Yeah.
So you can do a lot of stuff with this.
So show me the goods, because this is what this is.
So 3D printing is about problem solving. So I had this distributor mount right here. It says metal part.
So what does that fit actually? So everybody knows.
On this distributor, I can show you guys real quick.
He's got this really cool Dobson 260.
This still needs a little bit of tuning.
That is super cool right there.
But if you look down here, it's got headers underneath, so it's a cross flow.
Yeah.
Not a cross flow, it's a U-turn head. And right here is a distributor mount. If you can see the bolt right here, this bolt and this bolt for your clamp down on your distributor. That's what you do here.
Yeah. So that gives you context
right
what that part is actually for.
Right. So this was too tall for me. So then I went ahead and made it 2-3 millimeters shorter instead of using metal to cut it and all that stuff. And I have to remake this part. This is a 40-year-old part. If I mess it up, there's no going back.
Yeah.
So go ahead and just make your own part out of this. This has survived 500 miles in the summer heat with an exhaust leak hitting it. And I just took it off just to update it, that's all, because it was a year.
Yeah.
So I might as well just go ahead and replace it, because it's about $20–30 max in effort and product. So instead of doing this, just go ahead and make your own part.
Now I'm getting ready to show you something even cooler. This is where my mind and wheels started turning, because this opens up a new realm of possibilities. You know, and it takes a lot to impress me. Literally, you know, hanging around Dave and seeing the things that I've seen throughout the years. But this is next level stuff.
Right. So just like making final parts, you can make prototypes that take like an hour, half an hour to make. And this won't survive on anything, but it's just there for dimensions.
Right.
And it's a really quick process. and I want to put on these throttles.
Did you make these stacks?
Yes, these stacks are same carbon fiber filament as well. So this is just a more expensive product, just like any type of metal. The better grade you get, the more expensive the product is going to be, the material. So you got cheap stuff.
Here we go.
Right here, I have some intakes for a 340 small block Mopar, and it's perfectly gasket matched.
Is this not cool? It's got the water crossover. Now explain your induction system. What was this intended for? Because a lot of people watching this may not know why these runners cross. I know and you know, but
yeah. So basically, you want to get enough length for your torque and all that. But I wanted to get the individual throttle bodies for just the better flow performance and no restriction on the airflow. So you just really want to get it as straight as possible for yourself.
That is awesome.
And so it's just about packaging and the angle that you're going to be hitting the port at. So you can, whenever you build this, what I did was I built my plate, and then I just started iterating on my intake and runner design after that. So with after you get your base plate done, on the motors, whenever they're designing it, they design it to certain nominal specs.
Right.
So you can try to start designing it for that, and then you can start mirroring and copying and just making the spacing perfect. So what I did was, you can just copy both front and back, and then on the front you've got to have your thermostat housing, your coolant bypass. You even have to have a heater core so you can keep warm. And then you have your valley that's going to seal your plate up. So with that, sometimes you don't have a big enough printer, so you got to put them into pieces. And so this is just an iteration, but you can lock things in, and also you can start dovetailing and pegging and all this different hole alignment dowels to keep sealing stuff.
So do you see and understand why I say that this is next level stuff? I never thought in my lifetime. That is just super cool.
Yep, 4 of them. Boom, boom. And they're all 100% you know, symmetrical. There is no changing of these runners at all. All 8 of these are the exact same percentage, area, surface flow.
No more core shift, folks.
No core shift.
No. Once you do this, everything is symmetrical. The runners are going to be the same. They're going to maybe flow within a couple CFM of each other, but that's not a big deal.
So you can start tricking things out as well. So if you want to move one little thing, you can go in the computer and do that. So
if someone sees this and is very intrigued in this, how can they get a hold of you about making some little specialty part for their project or anything?
Well, they can go ahead and comment on my YouTube videos.
All right, give them the name of that.
Sean O'Brien on YouTube. I have this beautiful Datsun 260Z, and if you see drag racing, it's probably going to be me. So SEANOBRYAN, Sean O'Brien.
So make sure you go to his channel, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Blow down dirt on this stuff right here, because this is next level. And like I said, I was super impressed with this, and I can't wait to see where he takes this, because this opens up new realms of possibilities.
And that's how we make it, like that. And this is the supports.
Which breaks out once you're finished, and then you clean it up.
And this one got stopped right here, but
so quick. Can you get different color rod?
Absolutely, you can get all the different colors. There's at least 8 different types of material you can choose from. Anywhere from low grade, fast printing with smooth, pretty, silky stuff, all the way down to like they call it black aluminum. And so you could just crack on it and it's dinging like a bell. How hard this stuff is, and a lot of aviation stuff as well. So there you have it, folks. Make sure you go to his channel, subscribe, because when I seen all this, now Sean has been watching the channel for quite some time, and he watches David Vizard's channel, and he's constantly commenting, and he sent me an email with pictures of this stuff, and man, it was just like a light bulb went off in my head, because I know what kind of possibilities this unlocks.
You know, you're not stuck having to have a casting and molding and all of that stuff that comes along with it.
It's gonna work.
And the other thing is, it is super light. This weighs nothing. That's pretty cool, is it not? So let's unpack this a little bit. The cool thing about what Sean is doing is, if you have an obscure engine, that means that you could have parts made for it that otherwise wouldn't be possible. Case in point, a tunnel ram for a FE. Bobby Frizzell and myself were sitting there talking to him, and I think Bobby's actually going to get up with him about sending him an intake to get the proper dimensions so that he can start on a project like that. Now, before you jump through the screen at me and think that'll never work on a running engine, blah blah blah, think about this. For the last 30 years, intake manifolds on OE production cars have been plastic. So if you use the right media, it will be impervious to oil, gasoline, temperature, and it will work just like a factory piece. The cool part about it is you can shift and make the runners the size you want them. You can move things around, so on and so forth. And that's just intake manifolds. That is one example. Carburetor spacers, you could make carburetor spacers. And I know that this is not new technology by any stretch of the imagination, but sometimes it does this guy good to have my eyes open to the world of possibilities. And the cool thing about the No Name Nationals is Sean is very much into Datsuns. You go to his channel, it's a lot of Nissan, Nismo, Datsun content, but he is a gearhead. And by being at the No Name Nationals, that brought all of us together, and now it's coming to you to see the new technology that could push the aftermarket parts industry into the future. Once upon a time, I was kind of worried about the future of the car industry, but as long as we have young folks like Sean getting involved, we will be just fine. So don't forget, go to his channel, subscribe, and if you have questions, comment on his videos, tell him that Andy from Unity Motorsports Garage sent you. Yeah, I thought you would like that. So until next time, this is Andy from Unity Motorsports Garage. I will catch you later.